The cannabis community includes a diverse set of activists and nonprofits working to end the prohibition of marijuana. We take the time to hear the stories of reform on the Russ Belville Show's Cannabis Community Chat.
Welcome back, everybody. 1:30, and a very special guest joining us today by telephone from Yazoo City, Mississippi. It's Karey Lee. Are you there, Karey? Can you hear me?
Russ, I'm here, buddy. How you doing, man?
I'm so glad to talk to you. I'd ask you how you're doing, but hell, it's prison, man. So
yeah, you know, man. I'm doing what I can. You know what I mean?
yeah. And do we also have Sarah on the line?
Yeah, that's right. I'm here.
All right, Sarah. Thank you so much for being here. This is
Hey.
Well, I got to give you guys a chance to say hi to each other too, huh?
How are you doing?
It's not that often that we get to do that.
Well, I'm glad that we got some smiles going here on the show. So I was reading through the biography of what had happened to you, Karey. It was pretty amazing. So I thought we'd talk about that first, and then maybe talk to Sarah a bit about how the album got out and released and made the charts and everything.
Yeah, no problem.
So Karey, and I know you're calling from prison, so I'm not going to ask questions that might get you in trouble. I'll just let you talk.
Thank you. Hey, the warden here is awesome. So,
and by the way, since you are in Yazoo City, are you there with Marc Emery? Had you met Marc Emery?
Actually, Marc is next door.
Wow.
So we don't really we haven't got to meet yet, but we always are either a minute behind or ahead of each other. So
wow, it's how many good musicians do we have to put in Yazoo City? You guys have your own concert tour.
I know. Maybe they do that on purpose. They want us to have a really good band here or something.
Maybe that's it. It's like the ending of the Blues Brothers, right?
That's it.
All right, Karey Lee, you and I have a lot in common. My background before getting into this, I was a club musician. I was a professional musician playing for 15 years around the Pacific Northwest. So I have some idea of what your life must have been like as a gigging musician. Tell us about before prison and what led to prison.
Well, before prison, I was touring a lot. I was touring all over. I used to tour with Creed for a couple of years, actually, and some big name bands. I'm not a name dropper, but I was doing the Florida circuit up and down the coast for a good 8 years. Just doing the grind, playing every single night, and you know how that goes. You don't really make a lot of money. You have a lot of fun, but you don't make a lot of money. And I started just, I met some people and just started kind of getting in that business type of deal with the marijuana situation, and it kind of just led into doing a little here, a little there, and then, next I'm in a conspiracy to distribute 7,000 pounds of marijuana or more.
Wow.
It gave me 10 years to life was the sentence. So.
Wow. So you're doing at least 10 years. Any prospects, and when did this sentence start for you?
About 6 years ago.
Okay, so you're 6 years into at least 10 years. Any prognosis on when you might be getting out?
Well, I think 2017 is the time I'm going to probably get out of here. There's a certain behavioral thing that I have to go through to get out, a drug program and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so that's going to involve, probably urine testing and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So it's almost like, in a sense, kind of a Breaking Bad story. I mean, you were a musician, it's tough making ends meet, and so you got involved with the marijuana trade.
Right, and a lot of it wasn't me selling it. I hooked some people up, and I got dragged in on the conspiracy. If you see my charge, it was conspiracy to distribute 1,000 or more kilos, and what that means is I knew about stuff that was going on, and I didn't report it, and at the end I didn't tell on anybody. So that brings me into the conspiracy charge of things, and that's where it got really messy for me,
So nothing about you being in prison has to do with them catching you with actual weed?
Oh, they caught me with nothing, not even one seed.
Wow. Just because you knew some people and talked to some people. And understand from reading the reports on this, it had to do with, an informant and someone wearing a wire and a bunch of stuff.
Sorry about that.
I was going to say it had to do with an informant and someone wearing a wire and a bunch of stuff like that, right?
Right, exactly.
Man, what a shame. And of course, you'd never been in trouble with the law before, had you?
No, sir.
Wow.
Sir, this is the first time, and I promise you, it's going to be the last.
I bet it will be. All right, so
they made a believer out of me, buddy.
Now you got this album, and as I understand it, you recorded it before you went to prison. Is that right?
Right. I was on bond for about a year, and during that year, I knew I was going to prison, and I was in county jail for a little while, and I wrote some of the songs while I was in county jail. when I got on bond is when I sat down with a pen and paper and, you know, spilled my heart out before I left. And, you know, we had to mix a few of the songs actually from inside prison, so I didn't even get to finish them all. But when we finally got done with it, we wanted to find the perfect exact time to release the album. And, you know, the marijuana movement is at an all-time high right now, and the prison reform is going crazy. So I figured, you know, me and Sarah got together and we're like, you know, let's go ahead and release it now. Why not?
Yeah,
and it's been very, very successful.
Yeah, let's bring Sarah into this. Sarah, what's your relationship with Karey? How'd you get to meet him? And tell us about, you know, getting the album out and promoted.
Okay, I met Karey in 6th grade, actually. We went to school together. We rode the bus together. And he was just always a fun guy to hang out with. And he was around town. He played a lot locally. And right before he got indicted, I had moved away to Atlanta. One day I was on Facebook, and I saw his Facebook page, you know, it says people you might know, and I friended him. I realized, oh, my God, he really did get in trouble when they put him away. I just couldn't imagine this person away in prison, because I'm not exaggerating, like, everybody loves him, and he's a good guy. Like, if anybody needed a benefit concert, he was there to put it together, to do it. He owned businesses in the community, provided jobs for people. It was just shocking to me. I could not believe it. And so I wrote him a letter, and I said, I saw that you were in there. I'm really sorry. I just wanted you to know that, you know, you have friends. And, you know, I started writing him. We started writing back and forth, and we started talking about these tracks that he put down before he went in. And I was like, we should do something with this music. You know, why is it just sitting there being idle? And the more we talked about it, the more we just started putting together a plan. And the first step was really, I guess, putting together Fancy Face, and then the next step was getting the RIA certification to make it legit, and we just went from there. And it's been a pretty amazing ride, to be honest, because I'm just, you know, I never did anything like that in my whole life, and it's been pretty cool.
Yeah, so we got a guy in prison and a complete amateur music promoter, engineer, whatever, and tell him the results. Tell him how this went on to Billboard.
The results have been killer. I mean, I have to say it's right up there, you know, with one of my best accomplishments. You know, really just being his hands and getting it done. He pretty much taught me how to do everything through emails and letter writing, but we got on the Billboard charts for the South Atlanta region. We planned it out perfectly. We did pre-sales. We hooked it up through CD Baby. CD Baby's awesome. They really help you with, you cannot call them too many times. I mean, they are just great.
That's good.
And then we did the release week, and the results were phenomenal. And, of course, we couldn't have done it. I mean, you have to understand, like I said, I can't lie about what a great guy is, because the reason why it went down is because of his fans and friends and family, all his supporters. Like, they made that happen. They made sure that happened the way it did, because they believe in him. They know he's a good guy. He doesn't deserve it.
Yeah. Well, nobody deserves it for this drug war. It's just insane, and that's why
that's
we're here.
Ridiculous.
We're fighting.
Yeah. I mean, there's been studies done that say after 18 months of people, first-time nonviolent offenders being incarcerated, that it becomes human torture. That the point of the punishment is null and void. It's redundant.
Yeah, good point. Now, we've got some ladies in our audience in our live chat room right now, so I'm going to do them the little favor of putting up this Karey Lee photo from, what was this, Red Heaven? Shirtless beefcake photo. So,
oh, God.
There you are, Karey.
I haven't been around in a while. I heard that internet's real crazy. I'm scared of everything that's going on out there, guys.
So there you are, ladies. There's Karey Lee. Let's get him out of prison so he can start touring, shirt or no shirt. So, Karey, let's talk.
Well, yeah, he's kind of popular with the female.
Karey, let's talk about your plans here, because now you've got kind of hit album on your hands, and you recorded a video for it. We're going to show that here in just about 3 minutes. But how did you manage to do a video for this?
Well, believe it or not, that's actually my little brother.
Oh,
which
really?
is really cool. My little brother and a friend of his got together and wanted to do a tribute to me, and they actually did that little video for me. They made that whole prop. They made all those props and everything themselves. To be honest with you, and this is kind of cool, I've never even seen the video, but I heard it's really, really cool.
Oh, so, excellent. I wish you had internet so you could see it while we're playing.
Yeah,
that's my Karey. My Karey made that video, and that kind of went hand in hand and helped promote Release Week. It's all tied together on how we, hit the Billboard charts, because without having a YouTube video and all that kind of stuff, it's not really taken seriously, and we need to pull that from somewhere, and they really pulled that off amazing.
Yes, I agree, and I can't wait to show it here. I want folks to check out your website as well. It's KareyLee.com, KareyLee.com. The whole story is there, all the press, all the information about how you ended up there. Let's talk about better times, though, the future, 2017, we hope, when you get out. Do you plan on returning to music, touring with this album?
Hey, Russ, I'm telling you what, man. You just be ready, because I've got so many good songs. My stuff that I'm doing now is superior than anything I've ever done before. I mean, I'm telling you, the music, the lyrics, everything that I have done, I've just learned so much. I've digged into my soul with this thing, and my new music's just going to be amazing. And I promise everybody, I got some big things coming for whenever I get out. Some of the biggest things that the music business has seen in a while. I promise you, the songs are just killer. I've actually never been more proud of anything that I've done. I mean, it's really going to be great. So I'm really excited about it, for real.
It's almost as if I was going to say, it's almost as if the prison situation, the bust, all of this is the pressure cooker that's turning.
I hate to admit that, and I'm going to say this, and I hate saying it, but this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I didn't need this much time, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 years would have been fine. But I was about done with all this after my third day at county jail. But it's changed my life. It's inspired me, and I tell you what. You're not going to ever meet a person like me when I get out, because I'm going to take this thing to I want to make the entire world proud of me. You know what I mean?
Well, we are proud of you, and we're proud of the results that you've had. And Sarah, thank you so much for helping them out. Everyone check out KareyLee.com, KareyLee.com. Get the album, support them on iTunes, CD Baby, or Amazon, any of those ways you can. Tell more people about them, because this is some great art that you've put together. We appreciate you so much for taking the time, and I know it must be a hassle trying to call from prison and everything. And if you
Russ, I want to thank you, first of all. Thank you very much for all your support, man. I love what you're doing out there, and please keep it up, man. It's people like you that really make people aware of what's going on around there, and we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Oh, absolutely. And thank you, Sarah.
Totally.
All right, thank you guys so much. And if you get a chance to see Marc Emery, say hi for us.
I will. I'll definitely do that, buddy. And listen, if you need anything from the future, whatever, you can always get a hold of me through Sarah. I want to thank everybody out there for supporting me. They've been amazing. And, the album just keeps doing so good. Unfortunately, with a digital CD, you can't really tell how many you've sold until about 3 months later. But we keep getting calls from people and different distributors and stuff just saying the album's doing phenomenal. So I'm really excited, and thank you for everything to everybody, and thank you, Sarah.
Here's the video. Enjoy.
And am I just dreaming, or maybe just a fiending for someone to call a friend? I feel a million miles away from this life of mine. Punishments from things done wrong make you do sometimes. You do what you do, thinking what you do will pass somehow. Baby, look at me now. I've got these walls around me, so tell me how you found me. Thought I'd never see your face again. And am I just dreaming, or maybe just a fiending for someone to call a friend? Trust me, I am lonely, my privacy is phony. I'm just waiting to feel free. I haven't begun yet to see my first sunset. When I do, can you come with me? Can you come with me? So please don't forget my smiling face and all the good I've done for this crazy place. I'd be there for you no matter what you do, no matter who you know. Baby, what did you do? I've got these walls around me, so tell me how you found me. Thought I'd never see your face again. And am I just dreaming, or maybe just a fiending for someone to call a friend? Trust me, I am lonely, my privacy is phony. I'm just waiting to feel free. I haven't begun yet to see my first sunset. When I do, can you come with me? found me, so tell me how you found me. Thought I'd never see your face again. And am I just dreaming, or maybe just a feeling for someone to call a friend? This beautiful disaster, not something I was after. Forgive and forget, they say. I was just forgiving, forgiving and forgetting every life that comes my way. I got you around me, so tell me how you found me. Thought I'd never see your face again. Am I just dreaming, maybe just a feeling? These walls around me, call a friend. I've got these walls, I've got these walls, these walls around me, around me. My first sunset, got these walls with me. Around me, these walls around me. Come on now.
That's music from Karey Lee with Walls Around Me off the album A Million Miles Away. Check out more at KareyLee.com, KareyLee.com. Give him your support, man. This guy is a true artist. I can see him touring. I can see him making a lot of money once he gets out of prison. This is a real good art. And we're going to bring more of it to you in hour 2. I've downloaded his entire album. I'll play at least 3 more tracks for you in hour 2. If you really enjoyed that, stick around. We got more. Coming up next, a Radical Rant. We're going to debunk the gateway theory for Sergeant Chris Kanagi of the Portland Police Bureau.
We'll be right back after these messages from our 420 friendly sponsors. Support these advertisements because their ad money goes straight to the Russ Belville Show. You're tuned into the Russ Belville Show, the voice of the marijuana nation.
Cast your eyes